What is up, Battlefielders? This is the Reprimanded Podcast. I'm your host, Zach, a.k.a. Mean M16. With me today, I've got two guests. I've got Harley Freshore, or I'm Gyro.
Yep.
And I've also got Eric Mercado. Eric.
Yeah, hey, what's up?
So, we've got a list of topics lined up today. First on the list is our opinions on Armored Kill. What do you guys think?
It's good. It's good. I like it.
Fun, but it's got its problems, hurdles that Battlefield will have to jump if they plan on it. Like, definitely the most prominent ones in Rush.
Yeah.
Yeah, the AC-130.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, everybody thinks so. Right?
Yeah.
It's getting quite a few nerfs, isn't it? Like, I've heard.
Yeah, and it's, you got the advantage with the armor as well. They're packing so much heat in general. You've got that big-ass gunship in the air, and then you've got, 3 tank destroyers on some of these maps.
Yeah, it's a huge advantage for the attacking team.
Yeah, but isn't the AC-130, doesn't it come in instantly as soon as the game starts?
It comes in within 15 seconds. It's 15 seconds.
And they need to give the defenders time.
It used to come in instantly, but I think that's one of the things they changed with the most recent patch, that it doesn't spawn in instantly now. So it does give the defenders time to set up.
So they have addressed that a tad bit, yeah. So, but, another thing that I think has been sort of a controversy in the Battlefield community that at least I've heard is whether or not the premium members are sort of a beta testing team for these DLCs. Because, PS3 gets it first, then some of the bugs from PS3 get fixed on Xbox, such as, the proximity defense. They knew about it before it even came out on Xbox.
Yeah.
So do you guys think that we, as the premium guys, is it really a big advantage to get it 2 weeks early, or are we sort of just beta testing for them? Paid $50 to make sure their DLC works right.
I don't really care either way. I mean, I'm getting to play the game 2 weeks early. I don't even care if there's a few bugs that I help them fix out. But
I didn't. In my opinion, I don't really care. I kind of, if you find things you don't like, then you can just shy away from them. Like the Rush game mode. I tend to not play that anymore on Armored Kills. I'm usually always on Conquest if I do play that.
Yeah.
Because that seems to be, I haven't really noticed any problems with it.
It's the most competitive. Like, people actually try, because it feels like when you're a defender on Rush, people don't even try. They know that they're going to be beat.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I just don't see that. I mean, even if we are kind of like the beta testers for it, PlayStation 3's got it a lot worse than we do, but even if we are, we're still getting to play the game 2 weeks early, or the what's it called? The installment 2 weeks early.
Yeah,
which is
the DLC.
What we paid for. That's what we wanted.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really expect a flawless game. They're changing the base game all the time anyway.
And plus, if someone does happen to find a game-breaking bug in the gameplay mechanics, like for example, would be when the dart was bugged. You could find a lot of servers that actually kicked and banned for it. So if someone were to be exploiting that glitch or bug, then you could search for certain servers that didn't allow it to be used.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, not everybody always kicks and bans for stuff like that. I mean, the admins aren't always around. I know even in the Ghost server that we have, we can't always have an admin such as myself to monitor and nitpick. And like I said, I allow anything on our server. So nobody gets kicked unless we need room for some members, which is usually only in the evenings on a weekend or a busy weekday.
Yeah.
So it can be difficult to get situations like that.
Yeah, it is pretty difficult to have a admin monitoring a server 24/7.
Yeah.
I think it'd be noticeable if you had it rules enforced most of the time. And I'm not saying stupid rules like some servers have. I'm just saying like the dart, for my example was the dart, just put in the server description, no M26 dart, because the gun was bugged and it was overpowered and people used it a lot. I think it was an unfair advantage, but I mean, if it's fair game, it's fair game. Something that's not glitched or bugged, go ahead and use it.
Exactly. Yeah. So back on the Armored Kill though, real quick. So, we've got upcoming DLCs as well, but I think one thing a lot of people might be doing is they might be comparing Armored Kill to Close Quarters in a way. Now, if I had to pick between the two, I'd definitely go with Armored Kill. If I didn't have Premium,
me too.
Armored Kill is something, regardless, is worth it. I mean, they're making little tweaks here and there that I'm hearing about, which we'll talk about in just a few minutes. But, they've also put a lot of time into these maps. And I think that, Armored Shield being probably one of my favorites, they definitely invested their time into these. And I think they did a good job.
Yeah, I think so too. And just feels like there's a lot less BS. You can play the game the kind of way you want to play it. You can, if you want to stay alive a long time, you can stay kind of on the outskirts of the maps and just shoot with your tank destroyer. Or, if you're on foot, you can shoot with whatever. But it just in close quarters, it seems like you were always pitched into these life-threatening situations where you spawn in, automatically getting shot at.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing I like, the biggest difference I'd have to say, and the thing that I like the most about Armored Kill in comparison to Close Quarters is flanking opportunities. They're pretty much endless in Armored Kill because of the size of the maps. Obviously in Close Quarters, there's a lot of different hallways or different levels of stairs you could choose from, but more likely than not.
You mean that one giant hallway in the middle of the map, and then the 3 stairwells leading up to it that are all enormous choke points? Yeah,
more likely than not, there's going to be somebody there because, like you said, they are really big choke points, and there's pretty much no such thing as a giant choke point in any of the Armored Kill maps.
Exactly.
For Conquest, like I said, which is basically what I play only on Armored Kill, you could flank an entire 360 degrees around the flag, so they never know where you're going to be coming from. If you're going to attack or try to
wait, hold on. 360 degrees is starting from where you were coming originally.
Yeah, and you can go. You could choose anywhere from a full circle to come in.
You just 360 degree flank. I'm like, all right, I got it. Let's go all the way around them, make them think we're coming from behind them, but now we're coming from the front once again.
No, I'm just saying. You could choose any direction you want to flank from. Yeah.
And you can, of course, get that surrounding sort of you can surround them. That's it. You can, if you have enough buddies, maybe 3 or 4, 2 guys in tank destroyers or something, come from 2 different sides and flank them from 2 different sides. Totally done. So the one thing on Armored Kill that I think, for me personally, is my favorite addition was the motherfucking quad bike. That is the shit.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm telling you, I've gone several games where I've just got on a quad bike with me or Westwood. I think me and Westwood were playing just the other day. We got 11,000 points in a 200% ticket match, which isn't a whole lot more. 11,000 points just on the quad bike.
What were you doing?
We were just going from flag to flag at about 85 miles an hour.
Do you not jihad? Did you jihad with it?
No.
That's what everyone on YouTube is doing.
Assault. Well, I think we were doing. One of us was engineer, one of us is assault. If you guys haven't tried this tactic out there, you got to try it. It's actually really fun because you get once you get on these flags, it's kind of this close quarters combat. I mean, sometimes you run into another quad bike or an artillery unit or another tank, and that's when you got to be careful, dealing with the vehicles. But I mean, there's at one point where we had 2 quad bikes, I think 2 people on them. Me and Westwood were on one. We were gunning it to objective, bringing the 2 quad bikes. There was 4 infantry. I think all of them running engineer except maybe Westwood or I, alternating. And we just pounded out the points, man. It was a great strategy. I loved it.
Westwood's a platoon member, by the way. He's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
And it seems I haven't really done much on the quad bikes because I always get killed on them because I want to do the jihad jeep. That's just what seems fun.
Yeah.
And those things blow up pretty easily too.
Yeah.
If you ram into something going full speed, in a regular Jeep, you'll just get disabled, bring you down 40%, but not in the quad bike. That will it'll just explode and kill you on the spot.
Zach is trying to do the drive-by crap.
I remember the very first game of Armored Kill I played. That was right after I got done downloading. I played with Westwood, and he let me drive the quad bike. We were trying to go to an objective, and we were on Death Valley. You know, the train bridge that comes over?
Yeah.
I somehow got the quad bike wedged underneath it and the ground and got it stuck there.
I like my first game on Armored Kill. I got in the AC-130, got kicked out of the game. I was like, yeah, sweet.
That's awesome. So,
yeah.
Moving on a little bit to the dice patches, and this sort of relates back to Armored Kill. As I think most of us know, the DICE has been patching their game a lot recently. Mm-hmm. You've got your September 4th patch, which addressed a lot of the weapons and stuff. I know me and Eric are both pissed off about 3, 2, 1, the M16. Yeah.
Me too.
I think all three of us got it almost as our top weapon.
Yeah.
I guarantee you somebody out in the audience is like, you fucking scrubs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great gun, man.
6,900.
Doesn't matter what game it is. It could be Battlefield 17. I'm going to be using the M16.
Yeah.
Exactly what I'm going to be using till the day I no longer game.
Well,
till the day my last controller dies. I'll be using the M16.
Why would you want to limit yourself just because the gun's labeled a scrub gun or a noob gun? Like, yeah, people say it's the easiest gun to use, and even in the hands of a bad player, it could possibly make them a good player. But just think, in the hands of a player like us with skill, it turns us into an excellent player. So why would
hold on, I agree with you there. But to be honest, if the M16 was as overpowered as people claim, why don't I see people using it? Why didn't I see people? You know, there was a lot of people using it. Don't get me wrong. Maybe 50% of the lobby was using it. And like 8 out of 10 guys that used Assault maybe used the M16 at one point. But then, you know, you start to see some AEKs, some F2000s, some AK-74Ms. I mean, especially now that after it's gotten nerfed a tad, you're seeing a lot of different weapons. But
yeah,
even back then, it's not like this is the miracle weapon. If this was a miracle weapon and this was clearly the best gun in the game, this is super overpowered, then why the fuck didn't people who used it have like 2 KDs, 3 KDs and shit?
Exactly.
It's not like this gun makes the game easy. I mean, it's good.
I mean, it's easy to counteract it too, because I mean, if you're facing an M16 at close quarters, what do you go against with it? An AEK, and you'll beat it. If you're even matched with the player skill wise, you'll beat them if you have the better gun. You just got to pick the better weapon for the occasion.
Yeah,
it just seems like people try to use like a sniper rifle on Metro.
Hey, don't knock it till you try it.
Hey,
and then on the opposite side of that, in a long range situation, you know, the AN-94,
Scar
AK-74M, the Scar L.
Yeah, Scar
Either
L.
three of those guns will, you know, you'll destroy somebody if they would have had an M16, you know, at longer ranges.
Yeah.
Monkey can't use the Scar L though.
Oh yeah, for the audience that doesn't know, I have a slight challenge. I'm going for 50 plus service stars with my top 5 weapons, and I've already got 50 on. So I'm going for exactly 50 stars with my top 5 weapons, and I've got 50 already on my Scar L, so I can't use it anymore. It's exactly 5,000 kills. I'm going to keep it there. I've almost got my M98B there, and 240 Bravo, trying to vary up the weapons to different kits and whatnot, but no Scar L for me. Sucks.
It's a fun gun too.
I love it.
Yeah. For some reason, though, I don't know why I prefer the AK-74M over it.
It's
a little bit more fun.
Yeah, and it's just not as widely used. Like, no one uses that gun. It's so underrated.
Oh, dude, come on. Nobody uses the Scar L.
I'd say, but yeah, both of those guns are both pretty underrated.
I mean, I've only got 5,000 kills with that Scar L. I think I'm like 50th in the world with it on Xbox.
We were like 8th at one point.
Yeah, for like the longest time I was 8th. And then when I stopped using it, I dropped. I don't really care too much about my ranking with a gun, but
yeah.
I mean, still, not even using it in, 2 months? I think I topped it out in like 2-3 weeks of Armored Kill being released. 2 months later, I'm still like 50th.
Yeah.
So that means that, you know, clearly people are not too big a fan of the Scar L, at least not the masses. Got people switching to the 416 now, of course.
That's
which got that nice little buff. I think that was a bad call. I think they need to stop nerfing weapons and start just buffing some.
Yeah, well, like the F2000, buff that beast.
I don't understand DICE's thought process with that one because they pretty much turned the 416 into what the M16 was.
Yep, so, with like a 50 less rounds per minute. That was like the only difference.
Yeah, and plus they gave it a faster reload time too, which I don't know. I can't quite understand the thought process there. But go ahead.
They work like a business, and they see all of their customers saying, "We want you to nerf these guns and buff these guns," so they're gonna do it. They're not actually looking out for the well-being of the game.
Yeah, and that plays into another part of the patch, which is the flares getting nerfed on the choppers, which I think is another thing that quite a few people are interested in. That was a bad idea too.
I totally agree.
mean, I by no means want to hate on DICE. I love DICE. I love their products. I honestly think EA is influencing this more than a lot of people understand. Yeah. I think EA has a big, tight grip on DICE's scrotum. So they're not.
It seems like EA's turning into the new Activision. Is what it seems like.
Yeah.
You think so?
It seems that way. Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems like EA would just stay out of stuff like that, especially if. But then they came out with a bunch of like Madden and all that, so it doesn't seem like they'd be too worried about Battlefield at this point. Which I mean, I don't really know.
It's their top-selling shooter, and it's a game that's directly in competition with Call of Duty. So I think they care about it a little bit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But it's just.
But real quick, back onto just the chopper. As most people know, again, especially people who love to fly, the gunner got his flares taken away, which they claimed in some sort of report that I've read. I guarantee it's out there. That it was because some people, there's an exploit of some sort at which you couldn't be shot down. Please introduce me to these people. I want to learn the tricks of the trade. If they can seriously go without getting shot down, these guys are fucking miracle workers, not players. I mean, Jesus Christ, maybe they know the game better than DICE does at this point. That's ingenious.
Yeah, I've been shot down plenty of times pre-patch flying in the attack chopper when the gunners had flares still. I mean, all it takes is not one, maybe like 2 or 3 guys focus on taking on the chopper with a Stinger or an Igla, and they can do it. If not that, they can at least chase it away from whatever objective that they're trying to defend/capture and buy themselves some time. And if there's another skilled chopper pilot in the air, he could easily take it.
Yeah, and they don't even take that. A tank round, an RPG, there's so many ways to take out the chopper. It's just people don't try to do it is why. And like we're all above average players, and I guess we're all above average flyers. We all die in the chopper if we get in it.
To clarify, actually Gyro sucks.
Yeah, well, yeah, dude. Sorry.
He's good jet pilot, maybe 7.58 out of 10. Helicopter pilot, like a 6.
A 6?
I'm sorry, Gyro.
That's above average. Average is 5.
That's not actually what I said.
Yeah. Anyway, Monkey here, or Zach, is actually a really good chopper pilot, but I don't think I've ever seen him go perfect in it. I mean,
my best game was, I'm going to say, pretty close to, I don't know, like high 50s, or I think high 40s and like 3.
Yeah.
So
you got shot down.
Yeah,
I mean, you can do that on
the jets and stuff like that. I mean, it's just hard to do.
It just doesn't seem like
hard to do.
It just doesn't seem like that. It just feels like DICE patched that so out of
people
the blue.
Stop complaining.
Well, I didn't really see too much on the forums or anything of people just complaining about chopper gunner or choppers wanting to remove flares or something.
Yeah, that seemed like it kind of came out of nowhere to me too.
Yeah. Like when I seen that in the patch notes, I was kind of like, what? And then they said they increased the Igla and Stingers, and I was like, what? So now it just feels like the chopper is not nearly as effective as it used to be.
Yeah, but that's what happens though, because people, for lack of a better term, I'll say with lower skill levels than other, when they get killed by something.
Well, let's not even say that. I see a lot of, in most cases, it's kind of the better players who bitch about it.
Yeah.
It's the people who aren't good in the choppers, but they're still good players. The people who are truly dedicated. They think, just because they're a veteran player, they know what they're talking about. And DICE just can't. I don't know if it's DICE or EA, but they just can't listen to the community so much. Because to be honest, even though I like a lot of things to be changed, and this is going to sound really hypocritical in 5 minutes here, but even though we like a lot of things to be changed, they can't give in all the time. They can't. There's things they put in this game originally for balancing.
Yeah.
You fix bugs, that's fine. You fix exploits, that's fine. Leave your game the way it is. If it's not ready when it's released, wait a few months, I guess. But, this game has gone a year, and I think it's had about 2 to 3 game-changing patches.
Yeah.
The one I can think of most is the patch, what was it, April 4th. I know it was right around spring break.
Yeah, a long time.
And, dude, that was totally different. It was like playing Battlefield 3.5 after that.
Yeah.
Almost all the guns went from being, beasts and having the FAMAS up there as number one. It's just this insane, almost god weapon. Don't get me wrong, it's still a gun. It's not a player. It's not like it makes someone perfect. But that thing was hard to beat.
They also nerfed the tank in that patch, didn't they?
I think so.
That's what dropped it down to the support tank. It used to be this tip of the spear. Everyone would lead in with the tank, and now you kind of have to have reps on you all the time, or repairmen on you all the time. And then, so I always thought I thought that was a pretty big game changer. And then this newest one with the chopper.
Yeah, they actually nerfed the tank in this recent patch too, the Armored Kill patch. They made it, I don't know if you guys noticed or not, they made it so you can't shoot your main cannon and say your guided shell or your canister shell back to back. You still have to wait for it to reload as if you had already shot it.
Yeah, I don't really like that.
It made canister a lot worse. They seem to be doing a lot of these nerfs, and I'm just not seeing a whole lot of buffs, And when they do,
it feels like they're helping out infantry a lot.
Yeah.
Buffing or hurting the tank, hurting the chopper, buffing weapons for infantry. It's just
yeah, that Igla and Stinger now, that's a son of a bitch to counter.
Yeah, and
that goes back to the heli a little bit. That below radar on jets, helis. Is there anything else in the air, really? Jets and helis.
No, that's about it.
Their below radar doesn't work anymore. Not against the Stinger or Igla.
Yeah, it kills.
One thing I do like, though, is it only works for the Stinger and Igla. On Armored Kill, I've been playing and seeing people lock on me with the A guns, the mobile artilleries with the little anti-air missiles on them.
Yeah.
They can't lock on you below radar. But still, the infantry carrying the Stingers, they can still mess your day up and one hit disable you. So,
yeah,
still quite the problem.
It's just feels like that just aerial threats now aren't as good because you also have the guided on your jets. They're not effective against anything anymore because of the IR smoke.
Yeah, the IR smoke replenishes so fast. There's not a whole lot you can do to really prevent yourself from getting, what is it called? Destroyed in the air.
Yeah.
You're not getting destroyed, obviously. You're not getting messed up or anything, but, it's damaging to your score in a way.
Uh-huh.
You're going to be losing out a tad bit on those kills. The only thing I can really kill now is a damn Jeep. And half the time I get those 80-point disables on it.
Yeah.
And if I'm lucky, I can kill somebody inside. So it just feels like they've just been nerfing the jets and the attack helicopters. And it's man, those jets are hard as fuck to fly. And a heli's pretty hard to fly well as well. So
normally you're good at one and bad at the other, but you practice with both and you get good.
Yeah, and I'm pretty good with both. And it's annoying. It's genuinely a difficult situation to get in.
They're just it's just like they're worrying so much about the infantry when they don't realize that vehicle play is kind of what sets Battlefield apart from other shooters. Like putting vehicles in the game changes it completely from other games like Call of Duty. Like there's infantry fighting in both, but there's no vehicles in Call of Duty like there is prevalent in Battlefield 3. And I just think that they should kind of like encourage vehicle play.
Yeah, and it seems to me like they're tailoring to the people who don't want to learn how to use the vehicle. Like, if, you know, you're good at infantry, and yeah, you can tear people up on, like, Metro or Sane or whatever, which I'm not knocking on because I do a lot of the times too, but I also, you know, I was very interested in the vehicles coming into Battlefield because I came from Call of Duty, and, you know, if I got blown up in a tank trying to drive, that just made me want to get better at the tank.
Yeah.
If I got shot down in a helicopter, that makes me want to get better at the helicopter. You know, and the people who don't have that dedication, who just want to stay on the ground, solely on the ground, and then they get blown up by a tank or shot by a helicopter, and the first thing that comes to their mind is OP. I'm going to go on the forums and scream OP.
Yeah. So, real quick, also wanted to move into the next topic, which is sort of relating to what we're talking about now, which is what we would change if we got to make, say, one decision in the next patch. I know I would like to, I don't know, can I say, does it count as one thing if I say completely revert the game back to what it was before Karkin came out? Like, no FAMAS OP, just, you know, I'd actually like the FAMAS to be a good weapon to use.
Yeah.
I'm sure some people think it is, but now it sucks. It really does suck. I would prefer having another weapon in my arsenal that I can actually use properly. And it's like the FAMAS is just not one of them anymore. And again, I didn't use it much, but it still would be kind of nice to have another assault rifle to use when I feel like it. So I'd revert it back to what it was before that big April 4th patch. And maybe, I guess, alter the FAMAS. But that's a tall order. So
yeah,
obviously it's not going to happen.
Right. The thing I'd change was kind of like what you're saying is just like stop nerfing this crap, like your M16 and all that. Buff some things. Make things to where people want to use them instead of making these good things to where people don't want to use them. Make them all wanted to be used. Just feels like a good buff on a few different weapons would actually get more variety on the battlefield. And just that's what I would change.
And it's a good idea.
Yeah, I can't really speak for what you said, Monkey, because I didn't play the game before Karkan.
Oh, what a noob.
I didn't come in until the patch before the close quarters patch, the one where the suppression was really heavy. That's the patch I started playing.
Oh, I love that.
Dude, that suppression was actually really fun.
Sweet, yeah.
If we're talking changing the game back to a previous patch, I'd change it back to the close quarters patch, in my opinion, because I thought the game was fine then.
I still think the game's fine now.
The game sucked then.
I didn't really.
It was basically the same it is now, but with a few less errors they made. I think they nerfed a few more things, but I think the best one was honestly way back when. But other than that, the one just before close quarters.
Yeah.
I think maybe tone suppression down a little bit for like assault rifles and whatnot. But I still think that, and maybe this is actually what I would really prefer. One thing changed. Increase the suppression on the light machine guns and the heavy machine guns.
Yeah, that's what they're made for.
I really want to see, you know, because they have like a certain percentage. It's 7% suppression with most assault rifles and like 10% suppression with the heavier LMGs, like the 240 Bravo, the M60, and the PKP. I want to see those heavy MGs up to about 25%.
Yeah.
And I want to see the LMGs to about 17 to 20%. I want to see my M240 Bravo, when I unload on somebody and shoot 20, 30 rounds at him, I want to see him blind. All right? If I get shot by somebody, I'm suppressing, especially like a sniper who gets lucky as hell. That shouldn't happen.
That's a bull crap, yeah.
So,
and, like, whenever I'm getting suppressed and I have a sniper, I can't hit nothing because my bullet flies Not even close to where I'm aiming.
I don't know. A lot of people complained about that heavy suppression, but I mean, it didn't really bother me too much because I always took cover. I mean, I still do to this day. As soon as I get hit by a bullet or hear, if I notice that there's an enemy somewhere around me and I hear bullets flying my way, I'll instantly look for the nearest piece of cover and get behind it until I can get situated. I'll take a quick glance at my mini map to see if there's any enemies spotted or if they're shooting off their guns unsilenced, and then I'll get refocused. Throw down a med pack and then look for them and go out and shoot. But
yeah, that's what I do. It's just like I hit the dirt and just wait. But like it just feels like suppression isn't as effective as DICE wanted it to be when they first came out with the game. Because they said they didn't want people just getting shot at, then popping up and pop, and killing the guy that was shooting at them. But I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Like it's just not as realistic as they want it to be.
Yeah, and I think most of that has to do with, again, the community complaining on the forums.
Yeah, probably, actually.
I mean, Battlefield's got a very demanding audience, yeah.
Well, I mean,
so
I guess
they've always
got
a tall order.
Though.
Yeah, in certain aspects, and game-breaking bugs that they need to fix, but then there's just certain things people complain about that I'd say almost the majority of the game, or maybe even the majority of the game, don't find as a problem. But there's just that certain group of people that complain so much and over again that it catches the attention of DICE and they feel like they need to do something about it.
Well, it just seems like on Call of Duty, people cry about crap that's OP all the time. Like the UMP45, people knew that was OP from day one. And
Yo, stop. We can't be talking about Call of Duty up in here.
Oh, come on. I'm just saying that.
Nope. Ain't having it.
Yeah, we all know Activision and Infinity Ward don't care about the
They don't care at all, yeah. They just don't
stop.
anything.
Don't shut up. Anyway, so now would be a good time to move into something less Battlefield related, but still not Call of Duty. We're going to move into some new releases we've seen. The one that comes to mind, and this is pretty much the only one, is Borderlands 2. So we've got another member from the platoon, Enjoy Your Nap, also known as Mac. That's what most of us call him. He got Borderlands 2, along with a few other members, and I personally think the game looks like it was made with, what is it, like one of the 124 box of crayons?
Yeah.
I think
Superman
it was
comics.
It was the, I don't know what you're talking about, Gyro.
It's like a comic book, bro.
Cell shading.
Cell shading.
Yeah, it is, but I mean, it's just like, I thought Gyro was talking about one of his coloring books or some shit like that.
No.
Anyway, but yeah, the game does look like a comic book. It's not very impressive looking, but it seems like it's pretty engaging. It's just no storyline, poor graphics, not the game for me. Still looks like a great game to play with friends. It's not a game I'd buy. It's a game I'd enjoy playing.
Yeah, that's what Max
do you guys
said.
think?
He said split screen was fun. Like that's why he got it, was for the split screen.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, people don't come to my house. I'm pretty lame, so I don't have a need for that.
Yeah, no, yeah.
So I don't really have a need for split screen or anything, but I'll probably rent it, and if I like it, I might buy it, but I'm not going to just go out and buy it.
Yeah, I've seen some gameplay of it on YouTube. That's not really giving me much experience to speak on the game, but it doesn't look like something that I would want to pay for. In my opinion.
It definitely doesn't interest me that much.
Like
either,
you said, if somebody gave it to you for free.
Exactly. I said the other day, if somebody gave me that game for free, I'd play the shit out of it. So if one of you guys wants to give me the game in the audience there, I would totally do absolutely nothing for you. So thank you.
I'd guess for him, bro.
Yeah. Give you a guest spot on the podcast, right? Be like, one episode, we'll make it 8 minutes long. You enjoy it. Thanks for Borderlands 2. Hook my buddies up with a copy too. No,
30 seconds.
I'm just kidding. But it seems all right. But it's not a game that's it's on my list. I don't have unlimited resources such as little white boy Gyro here.
You kidding
Mommy
me?
and Daddy pay for everything.
Dude, I work a job.
You work a 9 to 5?
I work at 4 to 10. Get paid like $7 an hour, but I'm saving up for Assassin's Creed 3, so that's all I'm going to talk about right there.
Wow, dude, you just made me roll my eyes, and I didn't even notice I did it, and I haven't actually done that in probably like years. So, yeah, you can, whatever. You still get that allowance, boy. Don't act like
Dude, I know.
Mommy and Daddy ain't taking care of you and shit like that.
They pay for gas sometimes.
They just don't like playing for your damn video games. Fucking nerd.
That's all
anyway.
Like, what else do they pay for? What else is my needs? Food?
Oh, yeah. Food, housing, clothes.
Everybody gets that, though.
Oh, yes. Yes. You should totally come to Michigan and say that. Where I'm at, I'm in Michigan, for those who don't know. This is probably a lot of people. I'm in Michigan, and economy's not too great here. So you come here and say, man, let me be honest, we got Detroit. Anyway, so you come here and be like, oh, everybody's got food, everybody's got shelter. Nigga, please. Nobody ain't got shit up in heat.
See, but Zach here is playing out of his, what? Did you say you had a house? You rent a house out with some friends or something? Oh, no, you're playing. Oh, yeah, you're playing out of your like cardboard box right now.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah. I'm right outside of Walmart, and I'm hooked up. You want to know what's funny, though? I'm hooked up at a cardboard box in Walmart. I'm able to podcast the show and play Xbox at higher internet speeds than Gyro here, living in his fancy-ass mansion. So, boy, once you get on my Walmart connection level, then maybe you can get your KD up to mine, son. Get that SPM that went lost, because you suck dick.
That's what it is, man.
Anyway, let's move on. So the upcoming releases is also one thing that I think a lot of us are looking forward to, a.k.a. Medal of Honor. What do you guys think of that?
I don't know. I haven't really seen much on it, and I haven't really looked into it too much. But I know it's not developed by DICE, so it doesn't really interest me too much. But I'm gonna play the beta when it comes out just to give it a try, and we'll see what happens from there.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty excited for it.
That loud burst there. That was me coughing. I'm actually sick right now. Go ahead, Garo.
I said I'm pretty excited about it, and the thing about it not being developed by DICE kind of makes me a little more interested in it, like, because you think of Medal of Honor and Battlefield side by side, kind of What? No. No,
if DICE isn't making it, how does that make it more interesting to you? I'm wondering.
It'll just be like, I don't know, something completely new. I mean, I don't like being the same thing, or not being the same thing, but playing the same game.
Yeah, but I don't like playing a piece of garbage either.
But I don't think it's gonna be garbage. I mean, just looking at the game. I mean, obviously looking at trailers and stuff they make the game look so much cooler. But
yep,
it just seems like seems fun and something new. I don't know if I'll buy it either, but I'll definitely try it out.
It's definitely something pretty interesting, but I mean,
if it's anything like the old Medal of Honor, it's probably a sweet game. I like the old one.
I mean, it might be really cool. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it definitely has some problems with it that need to be addressed. I can just feel it right off the bat that this game, it's going to be probably pretty good. I'd say the real incentive for me is that it's running through Battlelog, which means that sort of,
stat tracking.
Well, the stat track can be all right. The interface is probably going to be a little bit better. It means Battlelog's probably going to improve a bit in the next few months here, which I'm kind of looking forward to. Battlelog's, where we kind of house our platoon.
It's your Facebook?
So, maybe not as much as Facebook. No, I mean, like, most people use Facebook. I, made a Facebook account, and then I'd go on, every month to just accept some friend requests. That's pretty much all I did with Facebook.
Yeah, you're more popular on Battlelog than you are on Facebook.
Actually, I have, 300 friends on Facebook.
Ooh.
And I don't think I've ever had one post, so I'm pretty boss.
All right. All right.
So don't get me wrong, Facebook friends are absolutely worthless, but I don't accept a lot of the people that send me friend requests, just because, one thing, I don't believe in adding someone who's not actually my friend. If I don't know Joe McGirth down the street, I'm not going to fucking add him. Like, dude, I seen you once. I don't even know how you found out what my last name was. You fucking freak. I mean, but, you know.
Obviously,
Facebook's
you're a famous podcaster.
Obviously. Everybody knows I'm MLG legit 360 YY ladder stall no scopes for days. So, I mean, everybody knows I'm sick.
But did you say anything about bringing over the platoon onto Medal of Honor?
Well, it's possible. I mean, if enough people get it, it'd be a cool thing to do. Bring Ghost onto Medal of Honor. So that's one thing that interests me a tad bit, but I don't know. I'm hoping the team play. If the team play isn't there, I don't like playing solo kind of stuff. I mean, even if it's just one other person, I don't enjoy it enough. I need to be able to bring at least 4 people in and enjoy myself. If I can't, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Just not me.
Like I said, I'm waiting for the beta to weigh in on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've never played a Medal of Honor game before, so I don't really know what to expect from. And I've never even heard of this development company, Danger Close. Like,
well, they made Medal of Honor 2010, the single player.
Yeah.
They're a good company. They're a good company, but I don't know if they're capable of making a mass multiplayer. You know, that'll hold up to EA standard.
Yeah, and like I said, I've been playing Battlefield for something like six months now, I think. So that gives me a pretty high standard of what I expect out of my shooters.
Yeah,
understandable.
I don't know if it'll be as good as. I'm almost positive it won't be as good as Battlefield, but be something new to try out.
For sure. So, real quick, another upcoming release, sort of even further away from Battlefield, is Assassin's Creed 3.
Scoop.
What the fuck is wrong? I don't know what's wrong with this kid
That's
sometimes,
my game, man. That's my game.
I'm looking forward to it, too. I think it's actually a really great game.
I'm looking forward to that game. Mainly the storyline. I just want to know how Desmond's story is going to end.
I hate that story.
Dude, that's the whole point of the Assassin's Creed games.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Don't even say that. He's a punk ass. I guarantee 50% of people who play that game don't even like him. I know almost everybody I talk to absolutely hated playing the Desmond missions. They sucked. They absolutely sucked.
I just wish you could be your little assassin guy and do his story and not even have the Desmond backstory.
I agree.
Like, I don't care about saving.
Like a little backstory would be cool with me. But,
I actually enjoyed Desmond's story myself, like having how the Animus has a bleeding effect, and he starts to gain the assassin's skills and everything too outside of the Animus. I thought that was pretty cool. I guess
I didn't pay enough attention.
I guess I'm just one of those rare players that likes Desmond, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
it's rare dudes.
It's on Revelation, you didn't really even play as him. I noticed that.
You were stuck in that
Animus Island.
Yeah, the Animus Island. You were like in a coma in the Animus or whatever.
Do you even get to what was Animus Island? I didn't even mess around with that, but I know there was a bunch of little memory block things I didn't.
Oh yeah, those were actually pretty cool. I played all of those and beat up. You relived Desmond's memories from the time like when he was growing up as a little kid and like when he ran away from home.
Oh yeah, that's gay.
Because he actually lived in like a modern day assassins guild. Like they're out in the mountains. They stayed off the radar from the Templars, and he didn't really understand it at all, and he didn't like that lifestyle, so he ran away to New York to get a job and shit. And that's when Abstergo, the Templars, but their company's called Abstergo, found him and they kidnapped him to put him into the Animus and do all the assassin stuff for him.
So it's the backstory of the backstory.
Well, yeah, it's just to let you get more acquainted with Desmond because they're going to, from what I've heard and what I've seen, they're going to end his story in Assassin's Creed 3. So,
see, I don't know. I hope they don't end. Maybe if they end his story, that's fine. But I hope they keep putting out good Assassin's Creed games. Yeah, because they're great games. Like,
I love the gameplay too, but I like the mix of the story and the gameplay.
Yeah. Well, see, I'd be fine if they just killed off Desmond and let your brain float around in the Animus, and and you just got to be these assassin people.
I don't know what you guys are really talking about. I just played Revelations. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. I can kill bitches.
Yeah. Fun game.
Still one big flaw that I think they fixed. It's like one of the stealthiest games ever. You're an assassin. You couldn't fucking crouch.
Yeah.
What the hell is wrong with that? Like, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I'm a badass. Kill people on a daily basis. Y'all can't mess with me. Yet here I am. I can't crouch.
Yeah.
I'm standing behind an enemy, and he's like, "Oh, I'm about to notice you if you stand there for another second without slaughtering me." I'm like, all right.
Yeah, it made the stealth kind of not as important.
It felt like you were supposed to kill people stealthily, but you couldn't actually be stealthy. Like, you know, they still expected you to go on, like, this rampage of killing, but you just kind of had to do it sneaky.
Yeah.
But you couldn't actually be stealth. That wasn't really an option.
Yeah.
You know, there wasn't really any mission where I could just totally sneak by the enemies, maybe killing like one guy. It was pretty much like, you have to kill him, but how sneaky can you kill him? How difficult will you make it for yourself? So, that was, it was very interesting for sure, but I liked the game a lot. I enjoyed it. Assassin's Creed 3 looks absolutely awesome. They got my man Connor. You know, he's pretty built. He looks badass. He looks like he's kind of half black like me. I like him.
Nah, I think he's more like me.
Dope.
He's actually Native American, from what I heard.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
of course
half
he is.
Native,
He's half English,
something.
half a Native American of some kind. I don't know what tribe, I guess. Or
he's just like.
I can't wait to assassinate those damn redcoats.
Oh, speaking of that, the
British.
funniest thing ever, they actually had a Independence Day, like July 4th, they had a showing of the game in England.
Oh, that's
really
kind of whack.
Yeah, it was like just on July 4th, and nowhere else in the world, on England. They're like, all right, to make it up to you guys, you get to play the game early. Oh, no. It was totally a coincidence that happened to fall on American Independence Day. Totally a coincidence. We don't mean to insult you guys at all. By the way, you lost. I mean, so, you hear that, Westwood? This is my land.
Yeah, Westwood will hear this. That's funny.
Well, once again, Westwood is a member of Ghost as well, and he's from the UK. So every now and then, we fuck with him just a little bit and say that it's because he's a different culture, and my accent's not that good, but fuck you, Westwood. So that's what it is. Also got demonic in as well. Newer member to Ghost.
Yeah.
So
you know what I want to know about that game is if you're going to be able to kill any Americans too, because you know this guy's half native.
Traitor.
The Americans came over and just basically completely stole the Native Americans' land. Said,
yeah, it's kind of like
and we're going to kill you if you don't give it to us.
Yeah, America's been very hypocritical. I mean, they're like, you know, they're invading land currently, and they're like, oh man, we must keep the British from invading us. This is wrong. This is against human rights and shit like that. You know, this doesn't make any sense. What the fuck are you doing here, Connor? Get the fuck off our new land. You know, like, they're just being hypocritical about it, so.
I'm curious to see how it plays out. I bet there will be a couple twists like that, though, in the game.
Oh, I think they said there'd be quite a few.
Yeah.
But I've seen a lot of British killing, so I'm a little interested.
I think I've seen one thing with, like, him in charge of a boat or something, so I think you might get enlisted.
Yeah, there's naval battle for sure.
That's swag.
Now that I think about it, at that time we weren't invading on the Native Americans' land because we were just taking the original 13 colonies, which
you
the
do realize
British had already established.
As soon as we set foot on this land, we were taking Native American land.
But what I'm saying is that was the British who originally did that because we were still under their rule, and they established the original 13 colonies.
But we were still pushing
America
over
at the time.
We were still gaining land.
And then but it didn't really start until the Louisiana Purchase, is what I'm trying to say. That's when we really, really started fucking shit up.
Nah, it was still before that. I mean, it's not like we ever said, "Hey, do you want some of your land back?" No, we were constantly fighting with them for the most part. I mean, they were attacking us, we were attacking them. There was no point in there was no point in time where there was sort of any real mutual relationship between the Americans or any outsiders and the Native Americans. I mean, this is their land. We came here and stole it. Americans were just British people. I mean, that's the point. They weren't even Americans until the end of this war.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, it was their fault. They were the first people to set foot there. You can't act like it wasn't them.
No, but I'm saying, like,
fathers were the people that did it.
My point is, the game takes place during the Revolutionary War, and for the most part, our attention was focused on fighting with the British and not with the Native Americans.
Yeah.
But before that, that's what it had been, and even after, that's what it was.
So I'm not saying it wasn't.
There's probably going to be hostility between Connor and some of the white people because, I don't know the days, but they're probably kind of racist and stuff, so you might...
Oh, guarantee it.
Yeah, there'll probably be a bunch of weird things happening with the white folk.
200 years ain't nothing changed. I'm just kidding.
I hope the next one takes place during the Civil War. That'd be pretty cool.
No, it wouldn't.
Nah, man. It'd be like this one though.
And you get to assassinate the Confederates. That'd be pretty sweet.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, not gonna lie. That's
flag.
actually a good idea. I like that. Can I play a black dude? I need to play a black dude.
Absolutely.
Oh my God,
the main assassin's gonna be black all the way.
So Desmond's great grandfather's an African?
His great
No, it
grandfather
doesn't have to be. I mean, it could be. Yeah, I mean, somewhere down the line. I mean, it could be Tobias Green.
Shut up.
Tobias Green don't take no shit from no Confederacy. He's gonna have to whoop some of that ass. So them Confederates think they can get at Tobias Green. They got another thing coming.
Usually the game's story takes place in the middle of a historical conflict, and now that's like the next big historical conflict.
1812
coming in order from the Revolutionary War to the Civil War.
Did they say they're gonna end it though?
Yeah, but
I
don't know.
They're Desmond. They might pull a Halo.
I think they're gonna end it. So let's wrap this up real quick and move on to the new consoles, which is our ending subject for this podcast. I'm excited. I mean, I'm excited and I'm nervous and I'm scared. It's my first time.
Shut up.
Buying a new console, that is. Do I buy it right off the bat? Do I wait? How do I open it?
Shut up.
So anyway, yeah.
I hope it's not expensive.
We were talking about this just the other day, and it seemed like, me personally, I'm about to probably about to wait a year, because I think that's how long it's going to be before they completely fade out the Xbox 360. A year after the 720's release, they're going to fade out the 360. That's just my feeling.
Are they going to call it the 720?
I fucking hope not.
Yeah, that sounds so lame.
I hope they come up with something really cool, like, I heard the Xbox Eclipse. That'd be fucking sweet.
Uh-huh.
Xbox 3.
No. Like, it'd just be the Xbox Eclipse, and it'd be like the little Xbox logo it is now, but like there'd be like a black tint over like I don't know, like 3/4 of it or something, like a circle. So it's sort of like eclipsing the Xbox thing, and then the whole thing would be like black and white, and it would just be like really cool looking. I think that'd be sweet. The Xbox Eclipse. You heard it from me first. I don't know if I stole that from somebody actually. I might have just came up with that.
Hey, if they steal it, then we could sue.
I don't know. I don't even know if I came up with it. If I did, I'm claiming verbal rights.
All right.
So this is, I don't know. It's my property now because it's in my mind. Fuckers don't steal it either. No, I'm pretty sure that's intellectual property is what it is. So you steal it, you're going to be owing me $250,000, Microsoft. Or you just no, you know what? Just give me one.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I wonder how expensive they're gonna be. Like, I hope it's not outrageous.
I've heard cheap. I've heard super expensive. Why would they make it cheap? How could they make it cheap?
Depends on what I would do.
$400 range.
I'm thinking, to be honest, my best guess would be $600.
I was thinking $700.
$700's a little high.
I just don't know.
And but I think close to $600 for like their premium version of it. Because the hardware that's apparently, I'm doing air quotes, nobody can see it, but apparently, you know, they're stacking a lot of hardware in that thing. That thing's going to be a beast. It's going to be like a top-of-the-line PC or something.
And then like 2 years later, it'll be obsolete?
It will be obsolete. I mean, even the Xbox 360 isn't obsolete. Still playing amazing games. So, you know, but they're putting a lot into it, so it's going to be interesting to see. And then, of course, the new Kinect thing they're talking about, apparently it takes like a quad processor to even run the new Kinect.
Really? So we're going to have a...
Yeah, they're talking like a 16-core processor.
So we might be able to stack like 64-man servers and stuff.
That would be nice.
That'd be awesome.
That would, to be honest, I thought that was kind of basic. Like, if we're going to get a gaming PC, basically, as a console, at least for about a year or so, we're going to be able to run 64-man servers for sure.
Yeah, I know that's like, that's pretty basic, but like, that's like pretty much the main thing I'm excited about is expanding the player cap on Battlefield games.
I doubt they will. I mean, they will in Battlefield 4.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. The future Battlefield games on Battlefield 3.
Certainly not for 3.
Yeah. And, of course, the graphics are always going to get better, and, you know, people just seem to expect that nowadays. But, yeah, I can't really think of anything at this point because, you know, there's a lot of rumors that have been circulating around. People like to speculate, but really nothing has been confirmed by either Sony or Microsoft, so...
Yeah, I think there might be some, so we'll address this next week in case there is some.
And then, of course, you got the Wii U, but nobody cares about that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This kid on my soccer team was like, hey, yeah, are you ready for the X station? I was like, you're retarded. I just walked off.
Soccer.
I just wanted to make sure it's clear that Gyro just said somebody was a queer as he walked off a soccer field. All right. So anyway, going on, or a football field for those in most other countries.
In England.
Not just England. I'm pretty sure just about every other country calls it football, which makes a lot of sense. I don't know why we don't call it like pig ball. You know, pigskin, pig ball.
No, it's not even ball. It's like an egg.
Hard-headed.
Well, anyway, don't be insulting me, Eric, nigga. I can say that I have a hood pass. I'm half black.
The Thug Life chose him.
I might edit that out.
Are you gonna edit out that part too? Yeah, you had said it a couple times before.
Just make sure you tell them that you're black.
If anybody actually cares, I mean, then you can just not watch, I guess. Leave a like as you leave, though. Very much appreciate it. Maybe even click share.
Remember
tell your friends.
Video, guys.
Tell your friends about the Reprimanded Podcast.
Of them.
We'll be broadcasting every weekend, possibly even sooner, depending on, you know, how you guys like it. Anyway, so new consoles, yeah. I mean, they're looking all right. How reliable will they be? You know, are we looking at a console that I can actually expect to last? Or are we looking at something that's, you know, kind of going to do the same thing the Xbox 360 did, where it just fucking sucked. It just red-ringed like crazy.
I've had mine since I got the Xbox. I haven't had to do anything to mine, like get it fixed or anything.
But did you get it within the first year?
I think I got it like at the year mark. Like I got it the Christmas after it released.
Huh. Well, that's a pretty long time. I'll give you that.
Considering the experience that the companies have had with releasing consoles in the previous generations, I would like to hope that these ones aren't going to come out with problems that will destroy the console. But I think those are pretty high hopes.
One, let's be honest, they're trying to come up with something that'll work and that's cheap to make. So for a while, they're probably going to be pretty stingy with it to keep that price as low as it's going to be. Hopefully, I'm hoping for, this would be like a miracle, and I've heard it a bit, like $350 for like the high end version.
That'd be awesome.
That would be pretty sweet. I might buy one within the first year if it comes with some kind of 27-year warranty.
I'll wait at Walmart until 12 o'clock if it's for only $300.
What? Maybe you get better internet there. Anyway, yeah. So I mean, you always got to expect bugs. I mean, with PCs, games, hardware of any kind, there's going to be some problems. So whether or not the Xbox 720 is fucked up on release or not, I think that all depends. But that's all we have time for this week. This is the Reprimanded Podcast. Let us know what you guys think of our debut episode. You have any ideas you want us to go over, topics you're interested in, let us know in the comments below. Sorry that I'm sick, and I'll be feeling better next week, and it'll be good to catch you guys later, all right? So, until next week, this is the Reprimanded Podcast. Night, guys.